Hello everybody, this is your main man Keith here from Keith Plays PS497. Happy Tuesday afternoon to all my viewers on this awesome channel. Today, the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will be traveling 3,695 miles across the Atlantic Ocean to Britain's capital of London, England. Well, they'll be at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium today. London, England is a very unique city in my opinion. And it is also an important city in Europe, just to keep that in mind. London was the host of the 1908, 1948, and 2012 Summer Olympics respectively, so they hosted it 3 times. That's the most out of any Summer Olympic city, which is unique. London is also home of the Wimbledon tennis tournaments, which has been held since 1877 in London and Wimbledon for about 143 years. That is really awesome right there. And London is also home of the London Eye. It's a huge Ferris wheel where you could see part of London while riding on this Ferris wheel. Personally, I've never been on a Ferris wheel, but I'd like to someday. Also, London is also home of the Big Ben Tower and the Big Ben Clock Tower. And the Tower of London, that's where Parliament is hosted, and it is home of Hyde Park, which is one of the most beautiful parks in London, and Buckingham Palace. So without a further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we will see you guys at kickoff time. And we are at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, which just opened up a year ago, back in 2019. In Madden NFL 19, if you were going to do an expedition mode, there was no Tottenham Hotspur because it was under construction at this point, so just keep that in mind. And we see Ben Roethlisberger and Tom Brady step onto the field to battle each other off.
Today, from London, England, it's the NFL International Series on EA Sports. Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Alright, now we're the Pittsburgh Steelers. We would technically be the visitors if this was in Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida, but we are in London, so now JuJu Smith-Schuster is ready to return. He's going to get stopped at the 32 there, and this will be the first time for Ben Roethlisberger stepping onto the field in this episode. So we're going to use the HB drive here in London, and I'm going to use some James Conner to run it in. So now I got James Conner in London, and he gets stopped at the 48 for a gain of 20 yards, which is pretty impressive for the first play on the first drive of the game. So now this is going to be still 1st and 10 now from the 48 here in London, England. So now this is going to be 1st and 10. And now he's going to throw the ball to JuJu Smith-Schuster. Does a juke move there, and he gets it down to the 14. And this will also be a 1st and 10. First pass of the game actually completed to JuJu Smith-Schuster there. 34-yard reception there that time. So this is going to be 1st down and 10 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. We are in red zone, by the way, so I'm just going to run this in with Roethlisberger. Gets down at the 7. So this will be 2nd down and 3 now. We're going to use the double slants here in London. I also referenced the Big Ben and he is in London, and Big Ben scores the first touchdown, passes it to JuJu Smith-Schuster, and this will be his first receiving touchdown of the game. The Big Ben is now leading 7-0, and his Pittsburgh Steelers over Tampa Bay in London. So we will see you guys when we are on defense. And we see the 20-year veteran from Michigan, won 6 Super Bowls, all with the New England Patriots, spent 20 seasons with the Patriots under head coach Bill Belichick as he hands the ball off to Ronald Jones and loses 3 yards there. Devin Bush with that stop there. So it's 2nd down and 13 now. He makes the stop. 2nd down and 13 now for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on offense here in London. So now he's going to throw the ball, and it is blocked, incomplete. So this is going to be 3rd and 13 now for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense. So Pittsburgh Steelers defense does not want them to get a first down, and it is incomplete, so they're going to have to punt, and we will return. We got JuJu Smith-Schuster as our return man, and Bradley Pinion is ready to punt this away for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and JuJu Smith-Schuster will be ready to return. And now he's going to be stopped at the 41 there, so this is going to be 1st and 10, 17 yards there. I mean, next punt return will at least gain more yards. Hearsay, so we really need to improve on more yardage. So now this is going to be 1st and 10. Now I run it in with Ben Roethlisberger. He gets stopped at the 50 there. So this is 2nd and 1 for the Steelers on offense. So now 2nd and 1 now here in London. So now we only got 1 minute and 22 seconds. So now he's going to be ready to run it. He gets stopped at the 10-yard line, 3 for 3, 81 yards for Ben Roethlisberger there. And now we're going to move those chains, and we're trying to aim at our 2nd touchdown of the game and the 2nd in the 1st quarter. So I'm going to pass the ball off to Eric Ebron, the former Detroit Lion. Gets a touchdown reception, and this will be Ebron's 1st receiving touchdown of the game. And it will now be 14-0 here in London. The Steelers lead over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. All right, now we got 1st and 10 from the 30. All right, we only got 6 seconds to go here in London. And this final play will end the 1st quarter. And Ronald Jones gains about 2 yards there. And it's the end of the 1st quarter. As the Pittsburgh Steelers lead at 14-0 here in London. So now he's trying to aim. Tom Brady is ready to aim at his 1st touchdown of the game. 2 for 5 there for Tom Brady. 3rd and 8 now. So if they do not make this 1st down, I'm thinking they're going to have to try a field goal attempt here, is what my assumption will be. So now Brady, he's just going to run it this time. He's going to get the 1st down, and they're at the 10. 1st and goal now for the Buccaneers. This is really interesting to see. So now they're trying to aim for their 1st touchdown of the game here in London. So he's going to pass it to O.J. Howard, and does he get the touchdown? They're going to say yes, and they do. And also keep in mind, this is the 1st London episode in the new season. So we started the new season yesterday, which was November 23rd. All right, now we're ready to return to kickoff. 14-7 is the score here in London, as now we see JuJu Smith-Schuster ready to return for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Oh, wow, he's going to return this out to the other side of the football field. He's just going to run it, and he's going to get it into the end zone. Touchdown Steelers, as it's a 97-yard kickoff return by JuJu Smith-Schuster. What a great way to score points in the 2nd quarter right there. And we'll show you the replay in just a moment. So we'll show you the replay. All right, now this is going to be the kickoff here. We're going to rotate it so that we can see. And now we see JuJu Smith-Schuster ready to return. Nobody stops him. Nobody breaks tackles on him. Nobody tries to tackle him. He's just going to run it all the way to the other side of the football field. And that will be a touchdown for the Steelers. And we're going to take a break. We'll see you guys when we have possession of the football on offense. All right, now it's 1st and 10 now from the 38-yard line here in London. So now he's going to pass the ball off. Oh, there's a fumble. And we get the recovery. TJ Watt recovers. He's going to return it to the other side of the football field. And the Pittsburgh Steelers score a defensive touchdown. This is, I believe, Tampa Bay's 1st turnover of the game, if I'm not mistaken. There that time. So what an incredible fumble recovery for a touchdown. So now Tampa Bay passes it off to TJ Logan. Then TJ Watt, the brother of JJ and Derek Watt, the youngest out of the 3 brothers, returns it to the other side of the field. Touchdown, and we're going to take a break. And Mike Evans gets a touchdown, a kickoff return for a touchdown, in fact. Same thing that JuJu Smith-Schuster did, but only with 100 yards, triple digits. So now he runs it out, and we'll show you the replay of that in just a moment, the full replay, and we'll... Alright, now we'll show you the kickoff return. Now Chris Boswell is going to kick this off. And now we got Mike Evans. Nobody tries to tackle him. He just runs it. He just runs it out, scores a touchdown, gets it into the end zone, and it's now tied 28-14 here in London. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers appears to be Shaq Barrett. Makes the 2-point safety after sacking Ben Roethlisberger in the end zone. And now we have to do the punt. We have to do the punt at the 20, free kick at the 20, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are on offense. So now they get stopped at the 42 for only a gain of 3 to 4 yards in return yards. So now we're going to use a blitz play, first down and 10 from the 42 here in London. By the way, this is our first international series video, and I will give you guys a hint on what the next episode will be. The next episode will be the Las Vegas Raiders in Mexico City. I'm starting this with season 5. Whenever we try to do a Mexico City, when we do a London video, we have to do a Mexico City video as well. There has to be a game in Mexico City and in London, both recorded on the same day, published day. So now he's going to throw it from the 48. So this is now going to be 4th down and 4. Tampa Bay is going to have to punt it away. And we got JuJu Smith-Schuster, the USC product and the Long Beach, California native. And he punts it out of bounds down around the 14. So we should be able to run this in. And then we should... we could use a passing play here on 1st and 10. I'm going to pass it off to Eric Ebron. He gets stopped at the 22, 28-16. The Pittsburgh Steelers lead it by 12 here in London. 2nd and 2 from the 22. And he passes it to Deontay Johnson. Gets it down to the 36. 1st and 10 for Pittsburgh. So now I'm going to use the tight end angle. And now I'm going to think about running it in with Ben Roethlisberger. He gets a 1st down, and this will possibly end the first half here in London as the Steelers... Well, we'll only have one final snap of the ball before this game even ends. So I'm going to throw the ball to Eric Ebron. And the question is, does he make it to the other side of the field for a touchdown? Yes, he does. And it will now be 35-16 here in London, where the Steelers are leading by 19. Okay, now this is the beginning of the second half here in London, as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are ready to return the kickoff. Pittsburgh already returned the first half of the kickoff, by the way, so just keep that in mind. And now we see Mike Evans ready to return. Each of our kickoff returners had scored 1 touchdown returning, which is really unique. So now we're going to do a blitz play here in London. So now this is going to be 1st and 10 from the 28 here in London. So now he's going to hand the ball off to Ronald Jones. Gets stopped at the 27. 2nd and 11 there. They're trying to aim a 1st down here on offense. 2nd and 11 for Pittsburgh here in London. And now he's going to pass the ball to Mike Evans. So this is going to be 3rd down and 6 now for Tampa Bay here in London. So now 3rd and 6 from the 31. And he gets sacked by Mike Hilton. 4th and 13. All right, 4th down conversion was no good for Tampa Bay. Now this is going to be 1st down and 10 now, as I pass the ball to the U.S. Army veteran Alejandro Villanueva, who served from 2010 to 2015. I'm thinking 2014. After he signed with the Steelers, he no longer was in the U.S. Army at that point. So, first and goal from the 8 here in London. Passes the ball to Villanueva, and he gets stopped at the 3 there. For second and goal now for Pittsburgh. So, I'm thinking we're going to use a spacing play. Second and goal from the 3-yard line here in London. And he passes the ball to Alejandro Villanueva, and that is a touchdown for the Steelers here in London. And now this is going to be 41-16. We're going to try to do a 2-point conversion to take over the lead here in London. So now this is going to be 2-point conversion. I'm going to hand the ball off to James Conner, and he makes it in. And it's now 43-16 here in London. Steelers lead it by 27 points, and we'll see you guys when we are on defense. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers get a touchdown. Levante David, the team's linebacker, played for tight end for a little bit, and now he passes it off to Levante David, who's been on the team since 2012, and gets a touchdown. Now the score will be 43-23 here in London. All right, now this is kickoff time here in London. And now JuJu Smith-Schuster is ready to return for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He gets stopped at the 30-yard line. So this is going to be a 1st down and 10 for Pittsburgh. So JuJu Smith-Schuster has at least 100 yards receiving in this game so far. I'm going to pass it to him. Gets a 1st down. Gets stopped at the 44. 11 for 11, 205 yards. So he's definitely going to have a perfect passer rating for this episode. So now this is going to be 1st and 10 from the 44 here in London. I'm going to pass the ball to JuJu Smith-Schuster. He's going to juke it, and he gets stopped at the 32, and the 3rd quarter will be over. Okay, now this is the beginning of the 4th quarter here in London. After he gets a 1st down, James Conner for 2 carries and 30 yards. Now, this is going to be 2nd and inches now for the Steelers as they try to gain a 1st down. And he gets stopped at the 25. So, this is going to be 3rd and 3 for Pittsburgh here in London. So, now we're going to think about throwing the ball to Alejandro Villanueva. And he gets a 1st and goal, 13 out of 13 there. 1st down and 10. 1st and goal from the 10-yard line here in London. So now I'm thinking, who should my receiver be? All right, now it's 2nd and goal from the 31 here in London. So now I'm going to throw the ball deep, incomplete. And this is Ben Roethlisberger's 1st incomplete pass of the game. But we only got 2 minutes to go. And I'm going to hand the ball off to James Conner. Oh, he does a hurdle, but there is a 2-minute warning here in London. So now this is going to be 43-23 here. And we're going to try to fake a field goal here. We're going to fake it. Who should my receiver be? And I get sacked by Levante David. And they get stopped. They're at the 28 now, so we're going to play some offense. 1st and 10. We're going to play defense, 1st and 10 now from the 28 here in London. So he passes it, completed. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers get a touchdown. Rob Gronkowski gets his 1st one of the game. And now it's a 30-yard touchdown, and the Pittsburgh Steelers are now going to lead this by 13 here in London. All right, now they're going to do the onside kick here in London, as it will be one of the as the clock winds down to its final minute of the football game. And now this is going to be 1st and 10. I'm going to use the I form here. I'm going to use the Z slant. And I'm thinking here I might just run it in with Roethlisberger. I'm going to run it. Gets it down to the 39. So this is going to be 43-30 lead. So we're doing pretty good here. We only got 56 seconds to go. And this is now 2nd and 1. And Tampa Bay takes its final timeout. And we're going to use a PA Power O. 1st down and 10 for Pittsburgh. Now he's going to run this in and get stopped at the 20. 6 rushes, 53 yards. And now this is 2nd down and 3 now from the 20-yard line. As I'm just going to run it in. Gets it to the 5. We're at 1st and goal, 7 rushes, 68 yards. And there's only 13 seconds to go. We're going to do one final snap here before the quarter ends. And I get sacked. And the Steelers are your winners of today's episode here in London. This is Season 5, Episode 5 of Madden 21 on Keith Plays PS4. So now the Steelers are happy that they won on the road in London. So the final score is the Pittsburgh Steelers 43, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 30. This Steelers offense was outstanding. Even the special teams, their first touchdown in the second quarter, how he returned it from one end zone to the other end zone by the kickoff return. And we'll see the box score 14, 21, 8, that's 43, 16, 7, and 7. They did not score at all in the first quarter. And that wraps it up, everybody. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Please stay tuned for more content in the near later future. We'll see you guys soon. Leave a like on my video, and we'll see you guys next time. I'll show you the next matchup here in just a brief moment. So in the next matchup, it will be the Houston Texans and the Las Vegas Raiders traveling to Mexico City in Estadio Azteca. That wraps it up, everybody, and we'll see you guys soon. Have a great Tuesday evening, everybody.